unraveling today on the planet, because there is a major prophecy unraveling today on the planet. The MOTB, the microchip, and all of the evidence is pointing to that microchip. But you have the false prophets saying, no, that's not what it is. They might throw one in there, but that ain't it. But we're going to see.
It says here, they prophesy unto you with false vision and what else?
And divination.
What is divination? That's witchcraft. You are being bewitched through naughtiness. Back to Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 12. Mm-hmm. That's witchcraft. That doctrine is pure sorcery. That's what it is.
Has the beginning been declared? Has the end been declared from the beginning?
Yes.
Absolutely. So it's safe to say that all of this, to answer your question, the mark has been, as far as we understanding that the end is declared from the beginning.
Okay, so what is the mark though?
I believe, me personally, I don't believe it's necessarily physical. I believe that it's something that is spiritual.
Jerusalem, come on, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. That mark is in your mind, meaning what? Come out here and look for all the brothers and sisters that's tolerable in the society. Set a mark in their forehead. And to the others, does that mean, brother, you're an Israelite, you keep the commandments, let me put a chip in your forehead now, okay? No, I'm putting the knowledge, I'm marking you in your mind. Your forehead represents the mind.
The Fed, meanwhile, has taken a key step toward potentially issuing a U.S. digital coin. The move could dramatically alter the American financial system.
We are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one.
There'll be no more cash. She said to Doug, we're getting ready for the digital. She said, we've been briefed that there's going to be a currency collapse with the dollar in and around February. And we're preparing right now to go digital. There'll be no more cash.
If they control the situation so much, they can control the economy. No, that is no longer freedom.
There'll be no more cash. They want a one world government controlled by them, everybody being chipped, all your money in those chips, and they control the chips, and they control people, and you become a slave, you become a serf to these people. That's their goal, that's their intention. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip. And you have nothing. You can't buy food. You can't do anything.
The whole agenda is to create a one world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money is to be in those chips.
Potato chips and dips. I have to say the same thing as you.
I ain't gonna stay on this too long because it's stupid and we've discussed it before.
This is an Orwellian dystopia of total control, the end of any freedoms. That's really what central banks are aiming at. Several central banks have, like the Bank of England, already prepared their microchip implant, RFID chip, to be implanted under your skin.
Do you hear what God says? All we could do is give y'all the scriptures. You choose not to listen. You running around yap about some foolish chip stuff. You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
So really, there's three aspects to this New World Order. A New World Economic Order in which a computer chip will be injected into our hands or foreheads as a means to track, control, and identify us, and will also be used to make our purchases and scan it.
Kids get vaccinated in these days now. Y'all wear that? Can you imagine if they say, well, now we're going to put a RFID chip in your right hand or your forehead? You know what kind of uproar it'd be out throughout the country?
Do that. So essentially, this technology, this Illuminati is the group of men who control not only all the money on the planet through all the world banks and the Federal Reserve and so on, but they control essentially all the governments. And so these men are planning to bring about a global form of government that's unique in all history. It's a total enslaving system of world communism and fascism, controlled by a hierarchy in Europe that Anthony calls what? The oligarchy.
Well, no, I call it the evilarchy.
The evilarchy.
The oligarchy of evil.
So these men are satanically inspired, and of course we get that term from the Bible, which means the devil. They're satanically inspired to bring about a global form of government to every nation on earth.
And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark.
Stop. So the subject is, with this particular mark, you can't buy or sell. Can somebody tell me what a radio frequency chip has to do with that? A radio frequency identification is meant as what? A GPS. To find location. Where's my dog? A sister wrote me and said, my dog has an RFID chip. I said, well, maybe he can go buy some land for you. Simple as hell. A radio frequency identification chip is like a you can find the location of whoever got that. Yeah.
Like in your Metro card, from your phone, your car, whatever you lose, you'll find it.
Right. Those are there's chips in there to load for locations. Now.
On the new credit cards and debit cards, you'll see a new little icon that looks like a wireless or Wi-Fi. This is called RFID, or they call it contactless payment, which is actually really cool because normally if you have a chip, you put in your card, you slide it in, and then once you slide it in, you have to go through the prompts and put in your zip code in. Now, with the contactless payment, you simply hold your credit card next to the machine, and once it takes the payment, you're done. You don't have to put in your zip code. I think it's really cool. I've been using it a lot more. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Are you using the new contactless payment system, or are you still inserting the card?
Shalom, Mr. Brother Azana Moth, back at you with another lesson. I give all honor and glory to my Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahak, Wadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do but well. Peace and salutations to all you Aki on the four corners. Now, after watching that, we definitely know that the snakes are definitely in the field slithering, being those of the seed of Israel. Right? So the scriptures say John the Revelator saw this prophecy and that it would try the whole world. The Lord didn't give the law, statute, and commandments to the nations. So that means that 1 John 3 and 4 doesn't apply. So what's happening, all right, is we're witnessing technology being inserted in people's bodies. We're watching this. Okay, in specific areas. The first is the head. All right, that's what we saw. And out of all the places on a human body, it could be the thigh. It could have been your middle back or your big toe. No, John the Revelator saw devices, okay, entering hands. And we're watching and visually seeing chips being inserted in people's hands. So you can't make this up. All right. We know the Old Testament was written around, I think around 1200 BC, 165 BC. I could be off. But the Dead Sea Scrolls, they were written before that. All right. It's around that time. So after watching these videos and hearing Bishop Nate, all right, and them other false prophets, How can we be experiencing chips entering hands and in heads if the prophecy isn't true? That's the RFID microchip. Everybody's clip is off, but Bishop Nate is right. All right? House of Israel is right. Believers of the way don't have the truth. He didn't even know what was going on. Like, none of them know what's going on. When the Spirit is revealing, all right, the false prophets. That's what the book of Revelation means, the revealing. So he's revealing the false prophet. Also, the interpretation that John saw, which is the RFID microchip and the Neuralink. All right, or whatever other device they're going to come afterwards. It might improve it. Okay, but the point is, all right, this is prophecy and it's on point. You see? Or you just got ulterior motives that will move you to teach otherwise. All right, if you can pick up what I'm putting down. And let's go to the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter, all right, the 16th verse, and get the prophecy that makes sense, that applies. All right, it says Revelation 13:16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free or bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that's what we just saw in this piece. Right? We saw chips going into heads, even had a Jake on there. When this operation of CBDCs crashes, the next step is going to be the chip in your hand, man. That's how you're going to buy and sell. That's going to be it. All right? Revelation 13:17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark in the name of the beast or the number of his name. And that's the slavery you're going to partake in, right, if you take that chip, right? You're going to be a slave to the system, and Yahweh Shai is going to deal with you. And regardless of what no one says, we go back to Acts 5:29. All right, let the Lord be true and every man a liar. Okay, so I hope this lesson's been edifying to the body and elect of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rahak Wadash. Just a brother Hazan Amaf. Shalom.